Thank you. And I could use a chair. Can you bring me a chair? Awesome. So, I am here because I have long had a dream. My dream is to break a Guinness World Book record. And what I want to break is the number of people who have recited a poem simultaneously in one place. Now, we're not going to break that record tonight because the record is 46,660 people read a poem together in Thailand in 2014. But I bet they started at a UU church, maybe a UU monastery in Thailand, in a place just like this. So my first decision was, what poem will it be? You know, I have favorite poems like The Fish by Elizabeth Bishop. All-time favorite poem since I've been like 10 years old. We're not going to do that. And then there's that Song of Myself by Walt Whitman. Oh my gosh, it's so relevant to today. But it's really long, and it's kind of hard to read, and people haven't really heard of it. If you'd like to read it, look it up. And then there's Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Beautiful poem. But it just didn't seem like the right one. But you know what is the right one? Jaberwakeez by Lewis Carroll. We've all read it as kids. It appeals to all ages, and it's so much flippin' fun to read. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So I have it all printed out, but first I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to perform it for you, just to remind you what it is. It's a classic tale, and I love it because it's a story about parents giving a kid advice, and the kid takes the advice and goes out and does something about it. It's a great story. And it begins and ends in the same place. A beautiful narrative tale, Jaberwakeez. Now, I've taken some liberties with it. You know, it's a tale about a father and a son. And I really think in our day and age, it needs to be a parent and a child. It needs to be genderless. So I took that poem and I made it in the first person, genderless. And I made the parent genderless. So I hope that when you read it with me tonight and you listen to it, you'll notice that I changed a couple of the words. It didn't take much to tweak it to be genderless. But it felt so right to do that. It was a poem that was published in 1872, written by Lewis Carroll, and of course it's in Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And some people call it a nonsense poem, but I don't think it's nonsense at all. It's playful, and there are words in it that aren't really words. So a lot of us got taught Jaberwakeez as a nonsense poem, but it's not going to be nonsense tonight. So I printed out copies of it, and I also have little cards that we can read together. But first, I want to read it, perform it for you. Jaberwakeez by Lewis Carroll. Revised for 2018. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mown wrath outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my child, the jaws that bite, and the claws that catch. Beware the jubjub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. So I took my vorpal sword in hand, and long time the maxim foe I sought, and then rested me by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. And while in uffish thought I stood, the Jaberwakeez, with eyes of flame, came whistling through the tulgey wood, and it burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. I left it dead, and with its head I went galumphing back. Oh, hast thou slain the Jaberwakeez? Come to my arms, my leamish loy. Oh, frabjous day, callooh, callay, I chortle in my joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome rath outgrabe. You are my experiment. And the Jaberwakeez, of course, is a metaphor. It could be an ex-husband. It could be an old partner. It could be Hitler. It could be heroin. Whatever is your enemy is the Jaberwakeez. So, are you game? You want to try? So this is the first time I've done this. I've got a ways to go to 46,660. I'm thinking like Gillette Stadium, Fenway Park, some big place. And all these people are going to read the Jaberwakeez. And it all started here. When you hear about that, you're going to say, you know what? I was at the UU church the first time she did this. And look at it. She's in the Guinness World Book of Records. All right. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Beware the Jaberwakeez, my child, the jaws that bite and the claws that catch. Beware the jub-jub bird and shun the frumious bandersnatch. I took my vorpal sword in hand. Long time the maxim foe I sought. So rested me by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. And as in offish thought I stood, the Jaberwakeez with eyes of flame came whistling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. I left it dead, and with its head I went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jaberwakeez? Come to my arms, my leamish loy. Oh, fractious day, callooh, callay, courtling in such joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All men see where the Laura goes, and the moan laughs.